Hi BookTube, this is the I Love Spring tag.
I got my ticket for the long way round. SueMoro whiskey fall away.
I was tagged by Samantha Stewart. Thanks, Sam, for tagging me. And the original tag was done by Helen Jeppesen. So look below in the description box for links to their tags. And I will just get straight on into it. How is spring where you live? Well, you know, once it decides to be spring, then it's really pretty and really nice outside. The temperature goes up to, I don't know, probably 60s, 70s, which I don't know what that is Celsius, but that's Fahrenheit, and it's relatively warm. But you know what? The thing I love most about spring is what I call the green mist. And that's basically when all the trees start to bud. And there are a lot of areas where I live where there are just kind of little groups of like little wooded areas. And so what'll happen is the younger trees will start to bud, and then amidst the tree line it will look like there's a green mist, which is so cool. I always think, thank you God that I'm seeing the green mist, because that means warmer weather is on the way. And it kind of rains a lot, but not overly much. We have as many sunny days as we do cloudy ones. What is your most anticipated book release this spring? Well, I have a lot, so I will rattle them off and show you what they are right here. Some of them are not going to be released until early June, so I don't know if you can still call that spring, but I'm going to call it spring. None of these release any later than about June the 3rd, I think. So anyway, Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. That's the third book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. Raging Star by Moira Young, which is the third book in the Dustland series. Plus One by Elizabeth Fama, I'm not sure which. Looks really interesting. The Taking by Kimberly Durting. Shattered by Terry. That's the third book in the Slated series. The One by Kira Cass, which is the third book in the Selection series. Gotta find out who Maxim chooses. Of Neptune by Anna Banks. That is the third book in the Cyrena Legacy. Divided by Elsie Chapman, which is book 2 in the Dueled series. Been waiting for that one for a while. Graduation Day by Joelle Charbonneau. That's the third book in the Testing series. And then Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, which is the third book in the Grisha series. So lots of great stuff coming up, and I'm looking so forward to all of those. Show a book cover that makes you think of spring. Well, I have to admit that when I was pulling books out for some of these questions, I had to kind of cheat on one of them. So I got 2 books for the other 2 questions that I found books for. So books that make me think of spring when I look at the cover. The Skies Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. I love just, you know, and it makes you think of spring, don't you think? Yeah, very springy. And also The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. This is by Edith Holden, and I actually think this might be an actual diary of hers. She did a lot of, it's kind of a year's worth of diary entries and sketches that she did, and the font, isn't that gorgeous font? I just love that. But she did all kinds of sketches of like plant life and things from her garden. So just a beautiful book, and I've had it for forever. I found it in a box, and I just thought it looked very springish. Where are you going to read this spring? Well, you all know that I am addicted to audiobooks, so I will probably be doing quite a bit of my reading here. I also listen to books at night, and what I basically do is I take my earbuds and I put those in, and then I set the timer on my iPod for an hour and a half, and I just hit start. And when the timer ends, it says quit playing. So then I just go to a book that I want to listen to. Right now I'm listening to Ruins by Dan Wells. And I just hit that, and then it goes for an hour and a half and it turns off. And that way I don't mind falling asleep with my earbuds in. And I can listen for an hour and a half and not have to worry that if I fall asleep that it's going to keep going and I'm never going to know where I stopped. Find a cover with the sun on it. Man, I went through all of these books, boxes of books. I could not find a book with the sun on it. And man, I looked at children's books, at YA, cookbooks, books about God, I don't know, home decorating books. I seriously looked all kinds of places. So the only thing I could find, and I know this is kind of cheating, is A Million Suns. Has the word sun on the cover. These are a million suns. Yeah, anyway, so that's the best I could do. 6, what are your favorite spring reads? I really don't have any go-to books that I read every spring. I don't reread books like that. I read books when I want to, but that's not very often because there's just so many new stories that come out that I would rather read those than reread something I loved. Find a book with many different colors on it. Well, I found 2 since I was such a fail on the whole sun thing. One is Luminous by Dawn Metcalf. I don't know about this book. It was pretty much of a cover buy. I mean, let's just admit this is a gorgeous, gorgeous cover. I'm not sure. I've read that it's like a beautiful piece of art. You either love it or you hate it. So I haven't gotten to it yet. I do want to get to it probably in May. And yeah, so beautiful cover though. And my other cover is Herbert the Timid Dragon by Mercer Mayer. I love Mercer Mayer. I love his illustrations. Fell in love with him years ago, and so lots of colors. Yeah. Whom do you tag? I'm going to tag all of these people. So that is the I Love Spring tag. I really do love spring. Cannot wait for spring. And so that's it for now for me. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my walk. You're gonna miss me by my talk. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm